Madhava Jaya Kundari Bhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Charanjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Jaya Kundari Bhari Jayo Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radha Jayo Jagannatha Jayo Baladeva Subhadramayi Jaya Sudarsana Jayo Krishna Balaram Jayo Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jayo Krishna Balaram Jayo Jagannatha Jayo Baladeva Subhadramayi Jaya Sudarsana Jayo Gandharvishya Giridhari Gandharvishya Giridhari Gaurahari Jayo Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jayo Jaya Prabhupada Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaivam Narattam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tadodayam Nashtapraya Subhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavantanaitiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangolange Tegre Yetkita Kamamande Sri Guru Dinataram Paramanandam Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hare Krishna, welcome all the devotees for Nityam Bhagavata Sevya. I seek blessing from all the devotees so that I can speak Bhagavatam in the parampara for the pleasure of Krishna and the devotees and my own purification. Today we will be reciting on the second canto, third chapter, the pure devotional service, sloka number 15, 16, 17. All small slokas. It's very interesting and very informative for us. So you can all recite along with me. Savai Bhagavato Raja Pandavayo Maharata Bala Kridan Kai Kridan Krishna Kridam Ya Adari Savai Bhagavato Raja Pandavayo Maharata Bala Kridan Kai Kridan Krishna Kridam Ya Adari Savai Bhagavato Raja Pandaveyo Maharata Bala Kridana Kai Kridan Krishna Kridam Ya Adedaya. Word by word meaning. Sa, he, by, certainly, Bhagavataha, a great devotee of the Lord, Raja Maharaj Parikshit, Pandaveyaha, grandson of Pandavas, Maharata, the great fighter, Bala, while a child, Kridana Kai, with the play dolls, Kridan, playing, Krishna, the Lord Krishna, Kridam, activities, Ya, who, Adade, accepted. Translation purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation, Maharaj Parikshit, the grandson of Pandavas, was from his very childhood a great devotee of the Lord. Even while playing with dolls, he used to worship the Lord Krishna by imitating the worship of the family deity. Purport. In the Bhagavad Gita 6.41, it is stated that even a person who has failed in the proper discharge of the yoga practice is given a chance to take birth in the house of devout brahmanas or in the house of a rich man like a Kshatriya, king or rich merchant. But Maharaj Parikshit was more than that because he had been a great devotee of the Lord since his previous birth. And as such, he took his birth in an imperial family of Kurus, and especially that the Pandavas. So from the very beginning of the childhood, he had a chance to know intimately the devotional service of the Lord Krishna in his own family. The Pandavas, all being devotees of the Lord, certainly ventured family deities in the royal palace for the worship. Children who appear in such a family fortunately imitate such worship of the deities, even in the way of childhood play. By the grace of Lord Sri Krishna, he had the chance of being born in the Vaishnava family, and in our childhood we imitate the worship of the Lord Krishna by imitating our father. Our father encouraged us in all respect to observe all functions such as the Rath Yatra, the Dal Yatra ceremonies. And he used to spend money liberally for the distribution of prasada to the children and our friends. Our spiritual master, who also took his birth in a Vaishnava family, got all inspiration from his great Vaishnava father, Thakura Bhakti Vinodha. That is the way of all lucky Vaishnava families. They celebrate Mirabai was a staunch devotee of the Lord Krishna as a great lifter of the Govardhan hill. The life history of many such devotees is almost the same because there is always symmetry between the early life of all the great devotees of the Lord. According to the Jiva Goswami, Maharaj Parishit must have heard about the childhood pastime of the Lord Krishna to Vrindavan, for he used to imitate the pastime with his young playmates. According to Sridhar Swami, Maharaj Parikshit used to imitate the worship of the family deity by the elderly members. Srila Vishnu Chakravarti also confirmed the viewpoint of the Jiva Goswami. So, accepting either of them, Maharaj Parikshit was naturally inclined to Lord Krishna from his very childhood. He might have imitated either of the above mentioned activities, and all of them established his great devotion from his very childhood. A symptom of the Mahabhavata, such Mahabhavatas are called Nitya Siddhas, or the soul liberated from the birth. But there are also others who may not be liberated from the birth, but who develop the tendency for devotional service by association. And they are called Sadhana Siddhas. There is no difference between the two in the ultimate issues. And so the conclusion is everyone can become a sadhana siddha, a devotee of the Lord, simply by the association with the pure devotee. The concrete example is our great spiritual master, Sri Narada Muni. In the previous life, he was simply a boy of maid servant, but though the association with the great devotee, he became a devotee of the Lord of his own standard, unique in his history of the devotional service. Sloka number 16. You can all say it. Vaivasaki cha Bhagavan Vasudeva Parayanaha Urudaya Gunadharyaha Satam Surhe Samagame. Vaishasaki cha Bhagavan Vasudeva Parayanaha Urugaya Guna Daraha Satam Surhi Samagame. Vaishasaki Kacha Bhagavan Vasudeva Parayanaha Urdayaga Guna Daraha Satam Surhi Samagame. Word by word meaning. Vaishashakyaha, the son of Vyasadeva, Cha, also Bhagavan, the full transcendental knowledge, Vasudeva, the Lord Krishna, Parayanaha, attached to Urgaya, of the personality of God Sri Krishna, who is glorified by the great philosopher, Guna Urudaha, great qualities, Satam, of the devotees, Suha, must have been high as a master of fact, Samegame, by the presence of translation and purport by His Divine Grace K.C. Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupada, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Sukadeva Goswami, son of Vyasadeva, was also full of transcendental knowledge and was a great devotee of Lord Krishna, son of Vasudeva. So there must have been a discussion of Lord Krishna, who is glorified by the great philosopher and in the company of the great devotees. The word Satam is very important in this verse. Satam means the pure devotee who have no other desire than to serve to the Lord. Only in the association of such devotees are the transcendental glories of Lord Krishna properly discussed. It is said that the Lord, that his topics are all full of spiritual significance, and once one properly hear about him in the association of Satam, certainly one senses the great potency and so automatically attains the devotional stage of the life. As already described, Maharaj Parikshit was a great devotee of the Lord from his very birth, and so was the Sukadeva Goswami. Both of them were on the same level. Although it appears that Maharaj Parikshit was a great king accustomed to the royal facility, whereas the Sukadeva Goswami was a typical renounced of the world. So much so that he did not even put a cloth on his body. Superficially, Maharaj Parikshit and Sukadeva Goswami might seem to be the optimistic, but basically there were both unallied pure devotee of the Lord. When such devotees are assembled together, there can be no topic save discussion on the great glories of the Lord or the Bhakti Yoga. In Bhagavad Gita also, when there are talks between the Lord and his devotee Arjuna, there could not be any topics other than the Bhakti Yoga. However, the mundane scholars may speculate on its their own way. The use of the word cha after the Vaishashika suggests that according to the Srila Jiva Goswami that both Sukadeva Goswami and Maharaj Parikshit were of the same category, settled long before, along with one was playing the part of the master and other the disciple. Since the Lord Krishna is the center of the topic, the word Vasudeva Parayanaha or the devotee of the Vasudeva suggested the devotee of the Lord Krishna, the common aim. Although there were many others who assembled at the place where Maharaj Parikshit was fasting, the natural conclusion is that there was no topic other than the glorification of Lord Krishna, because the principal speaker was Sukadeva Goswami and the chief audience was Maharaj Parikshit. So Srimad Bhagavatam, as it was spoken and heard by the two principal devotees of the Lord, is only for the glorification of the Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Text number 17. Ayur Haryati Vai Pumsham Udayan Astam Cha Yan Asu Tasyat Tasyarate Yat Kasanno Nitya Uttama Sloka Vartaya Ayur Haryati Va Pumsham Udayan Astam Cha Yan Asu Tasyarate Yat Krishno Nita Uttama Sloke Vartaya Ayur Harti Vai Pumsham Udan Astam Chayan Asu Tasyarate Yat Kasano Nita Uttama Sloka Vartaya. Word by word meaning. Ayuha, the duration of life. Harati, decreases. Why? Certainly. Pumsham, of the people. Udayan, rising. Astam, setting. Cha, also. Yan, moving. Asu, the sun. Tasya, of the two glorifies, of the one who glorifies the Lord. Retail, except. Yet, by whom? Kashyanaha, time. Nityaha, replaced. Uttama sloka, the all good personality of Godhead. Vartaya, in the topics of. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. The translation, both by rising and by setting the sun, decreases the duration of life of everyone. Except this we have to understand. Every day the sun rises and sunset, our life is reducing. Except one who utilizes the time by discussing the topic of all good personality of Godhead. But this verse indirectly confirms the great importance of utilizing the human form of the life to realize our last relationship with the Supreme Lord by acceleration of the devotional service. Time and tide wait for no man. So the time indicated by the sunrise and sunset will be uselessly wasted if such time is not properly utilized for the realization of identification of the spiritual value. Even a fraction of the duration of life wasted cannot be compensated by any amount of gold. Any amount of gold. Human life is simply awarded to the living entity Jiva so that he can realize his spiritual identity and his permanent sources of happiness. A living being, especially the human being, is seeking happiness because happiness is the natural situation of the living entity. But he is vainly seeking happiness in the material atmosphere. A living being is constitutionally a spiritual spark of the complete whole. And his happiness can be perfectly perceived as spiritual activity. The Lord is the complete spirit whole, and his name, form, quality, pastime, entourage and personality are all identical with him. Once a person comes into the contact with any one of the above mentioned energies of the Lord through the proper channel of devotion service, the door to the perfection is immediately open. In Bhagavad Gita 2.4, the Lord has explained such a contact in the following words. Endeavors in devotional service are never baffled, nor is there failure. A slight beginning of such activities is significant, significant even to deliver a person from the great ocean of master material fear. As a highly potential drug injected introductorily acts at once the whole body, the transcendental topics of the Lord injected through the ear of the pure devotee of the Lord can act very effectively. A role realization of the transcendental message implies the total realization, just as fluctuations of one part of the three implies fluctuations of all other parts. The realization for a moment in the association of the pure devotee like Sukadeva Goswami prepare one complete life for eternity, and thus the sun fails to rob and the pure devotee of his duration of life in as much as he is constantly busy in the devotional service of the Lord, purifying his existence. Death is a symptom of the material infection of the eternal living being. Only due to the material infection is the eternal living entity subject to the law of birth, death, old age, and disease. The materialistic way of pious activities like charity is recommended in the Smriti Shastras as quoted in Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura. Money given in charity is a suitable person is guaranteed bank balance in the next life. Such a charity is recommended to be given to the Brahmanas. If the money is given to the charity of non-Brahmana without a Brahminical qualification, the money is returned in the next life in the same proportions. Very important point for the devotees. What donation you give, how it will come back to you. The money in return in the next life in the same proportion. If it is given in the charity to a half-educated Brahmana, even the money is returned double. If the money is given to the charity of the learned and fully qualified Brahmana, the money is returned 100 and thousands time. And if the money is given to the Veda Paragge, one who has actually realized the path of Vedas, it is returned by unlimited multiplication. The ultimate end of Vedic knowledge is realization of the personality of God, Lord Sri Krishna. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, Vedatis cha sarvari aham eva vedayaha. There is a guarantee of monies being returned if given in charity, regardless of the proportion. Similarly, a moment passed in the association of pure devotee by hearing and chanting the translation message of the Lord is perfect guarantee for the eternal life, for returning home, back to Godhead. Mahatma Gatva Punar Janma Na Vidyate. In other words, a devotee of the Lord is guaranteed eternal life. A devotee's old age or disease in present life is but an impetus to such guaranteed eternal life. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjala Shalakya Tachurmalitamena Dasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Swapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Katamayam Tatam Pisham Padam Vandeham Shri Guru Shivata Padakamanam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsa Shri Rupam Sagar Jatam Sagana Raghunatham Tesam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Shri Vichakamsa Ye Krishna Karana Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpade Gopishta Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhansu Devi Pranamami Hari Prem Pancha Kalpadribhasha Kripa Sudeva Chapatitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vacharya Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Namo Pangajanabhaya Namo Pangajamaline Namo Pangajanetraya Namaste Pangajangriye Hare Krishna. It's a very lengthy purpose with a lot of slokas, but it's very important. We have to understand because now the season for Janmashtami, Balram Jayanti and Radhashtami will be giving charity. What type of charity if you give, what it comes back to you. But every charity what you give, it will come back to you. That is the topic we'll be discussing it. So we will first understand from the sloka number 15 what it's talking about. There's a discussion between Suta Goswami and the Saunaka Rishis. They are in the assembly of the river Suta Goswami. Yeah, Sukadeva Goswami is different, Suta Goswami is different. So, Suta Goswami and Saunaka Rishis, they are discussing in the assembly of the near, they call it as a river Ganga. So, there their discussion is going on there. All the sages are hearing about Bhagavatam. They express the appreciation of the hearer and the speaker, because if the hearer is very qualified, and the speaker also very qualified, definitely the conversation must be a very highly qualified. So both are, when the speaker is good and the hearer also good, the conversation is very interesting. Therefore they say that we know that Parishit Maharaj, the king, the grandson of Pandavas and the Maharatha, who while playing as a child with toys would enact Krishna's pastime. When he was playing in childhood itself, he was acting like a Krishna's pastime. In this way, he was a great devotee. Was very clearly evident from the childhood that at the age when every child was there. Generally, children know at small age they will be playing with toys, whereas Parishit was playing, enacting, means drama, he is playing as a Krishna. Parishit Maharaj was interested only in enacting the Krishna's pastime, in Vrindavan pastime he was doing. That assembly of devotee among the mature and immature assemble, this is talking about Sukadeva Goswami and Parishit Maharaj, that assembly was a best of all. There are the hearer and speakers were most extraordinary. They are not normal people. Parishit Maharaj also great devotee and Sukadeva Goswami also great devotee. That is explained in two verses. While a child in Parishit Maharaj would enacted Krishna's pastime, that was a great personality, very evident right from the beginning of his life. This is the evidence that his childhood, all our people acknowledge that he was playing, enacting, drama playing as a Krishna's pastime he was playing. Sloka number 16, what it's talking about is omnipotent of Sukadeva Goswami. So, glorification of the speaker also not an ordinary person. Sukadeva Goswami also, Parishit Maharaj, how great. Sukadeva Goswami also very great person, who is completely surrendered to Vasudeva. Vasudeva means Krishna. In the meeting, such devotees, there will be arises talks containing abundant qualities of Krishna. When these people are talking, lot of qualities of Krishna has been discussed, which fulfills the mind desires, certainly arises. People who are assembled, they will be so happy that desires has been fully satisfied. Such topics are certainly arises in the assembly. That's very interesting topic, means everybody throws the lights. Bhagavan means omnipotent. In the meeting of the devotees, there will be a topics containing the Krishna qualities which generally fulfill the mind's desire. So our mind will anchor for something. Our soul is connected to Krishna, spirit soul. So when the discussion is about Krishna, so mind also anchor, yes, I want to hear more about Krishna. Those qualities of Lords are fixed and the devotees are in the present and future. This has happened now also when the Sunday Bhagavatam, no, people are very eager to hear about pastime of Krishna. Certainly the meeting of the devotees, the topics of Krishna qualities are generally fulfill the mind of devotees. Even the devotees know so encouraged. A couple of weeks back there was Sunday class, Krishna's birth was, elaboration was going on, Vrindavan pastime. All the audience were engrossed with the stories. They were laughing and enjoying them. How do devotees satisfied? How the devotees satisfied by hearing? They get satisfied hearing the Krishna Kathas. That is the thing. The conclusion is, therefore such an exalted speaker like Sukadeva Goswami, such an exalted devotee like hearing like a Parishit Maharaj. So when the speaker is exalted, the hearer also exalted. When they are present in the assembly, how is the topic about Krishna that won't have been discussed? When such people are there, naturally the Krishna topic will be discussed. So this is the sloka number 16. So we will move on to 17. Sloka, what it talks about is, this is more important. It talks about the charity. So definitely could be have been discussed there. Therefore it should have been here. So there will be discussion. So we should hear that. If you don't hear, what will happen? If such a people know, in Bhagavatam class people sleep. Okay, they are not hearing it. Or they will be gossiping, they will be chatting in mobile in the Bhagavatam class. So if you don't hear the Krishna Katha, what happens? So Sukadeva Goswami may say that there are so many topics to discuss. Generally, There are so many things in mundane world we can discuss. Why do you want to hear the topics about Krishna? Why they are, everybody is eager to about asking Krishna? There are so many very exciting topics. Okay, in Bangladesh there is a agitation is happening. Russia war is happening. Either Israel, Iran war is happening. So there are so many topics to discuss, but nobody is interested. Everybody wants to hear the Krishna Katha. Why don't you concentrate on that? Some may say that they will say that if a neophyte person walking, no, he'll say that no, why talking about Krishna? Talk about what is happening. There's a Pakistanis, they enter into Kashmir, there's so much of disturbance. So they want to talk about current affairs, but that is not important. Look, we know that what other topics can lead to. If you are discussing about those topics, what will happen? Sukadeva Goswami knows very well. He says that by rising and setting the sun, so sun rises, sun sets. Okay? Certainly decrease the duration of life of everyone. Our life one day gone. Sun, the day comes, night comes, one day out tomorrow. Except the person who utilizes the life. Who is that? The person utilizes the life by discussing the topic of Supreme Lord. We should discuss the topic of Krishna Katha. What we have to do? We should talk only Krishna Katha. That means you have been protected from the death. This is not the activity which can be delayed. So we should not delay that discussing on the Krishna Katha. Every single moment we delay this. Every time you delay the talking about Krishna Katha, what happens? We will be losing our lifespan. So whatever the life we have, it's gone. So sun will stealing our life. Who's stealing our life? Sun. Sun is stealing our life. Simply important topic. The sun rises and sets. It steals away means life's expect. The life where there arises opportunity hearing the topic of Krishna. So life, why we are living, we want to hear the Krishna Katha. Are the sun stealing our life? This question will come. You are telling that sun is stealing our life. Is it so? Except the life where even just a moment spent on the topic of the Lord. If we discuss about that, that means sun is not stealing. That day it is utilized for the Krishna Katha. By this alone, life becomes successful. Discuss about Krishna Katha. If you discuss about Krishna Katha, the life is successful. It is said that when one branch of the tree bears fruits, okay, one branch of when mango season, first one branch will come. The whole tree becomes successful. That means the farmer is very happy. Okay, the fruit started coming. He is very happy. What then speak about all the branches of the tree is bearing fruits. The entire tree full of fruits is there. Then what will happen? If one spent one whole life observing Krishna topic, how wonderful it will be. That means all his life he is enjoying only Krishna Katha. That means he is perfectly enjoying it. Even moments spent, Prabhu, come. Your topic only. Even a moment spent in glorifying Krishna, okay, Krishna hearing the glories is so useful. If you hear the glories of Krishna, it is very useful to you. What to speak about one who whole life discussing Krishna Katha, all because the Bhagavatam preacher, what happened? Whole life he will be talking about Krishna only. How wonderful he will be. So he will be always exciting. Maharaj and all know they will be always happy because they are always discussing about Krishna Katha. Otherwise, every moment, if we don't discuss about Krishna Katha, what happens? Every moment wasted in without engaging in Krishna's service. That means waste only. If you don't discuss about Krishna Katha, your life is wasted. Every moment is wasted. By hearing and chanting the deity worship, the life is wasted. The life is stolen. If you don't hear, if you don't chant, if you don't do the deity worship, your life is wasted. Life is stolen by who's stealing your life? Sun is stolen your life. If that's so, and life is not taken away by hearing about Krishna, if you hear the Krishna Katha, the life is not stolen. From the moment of hearing about Krishna, the person should not die. Correct? You will ask, no? Life is not stolen means what? You should not die. But devotee also dies. How do we understand that? We do see the devotees dying. You have to understand this point. Correct. This is true only. Devotees also die. But how do we understand? Sun is stealing our life. How do we understand it? It is said that The wealth that possesses a good character, imperishable worth. Imperishable means it never comes down. It's always growing. So whatever good character, generally in our language also we say no, the character is very important. Guna is important. Mean Yavakara is that is good. So character is there, that is imperishable. Such a good person you get a branding, no? Since the others spend their wealth in unlimited pleasure, all others are no unlimited pleasure means so many unwanted things they will waste that. If the wealth of a person is good character, it's imperishable wealth. How imperishable? We say that no, unlimited. So it is very rare opportunity. Like you have got it, character. In Manusmriti, 7.85 says that if you are charity to one who is not a Brahmana, charity, no, you are giving donation. If you give a donation to a Brahmana, not a Brahmana, he is not a Brahmana, you will get the same amount in the future life also, you will get back. That means if you give to your friend who is not a Brahmana, next life you will get the money from him. Okay, number one. If you are giving charity to a Brahmana, okay, you receive twice that amount. Okay, in this life itself you will get, or next life you will get it. Third condition. Wait, listen, everything. If we give charity to a learned Brahmana, one is normal Brahmana, learned Brahmana means who studied all the Vedas. Such a Brahmana, if you give charity, you will get that 1 lakh time, hundreds and thousands of times, you will get back that money to you. Okay, in the next life. But if you give a charity, if one perfectly studied the Vedas, fully Veda understood that, such person, if you give charity, you get back it in unlimited time. See, 4 conditions, it is given in Bhagavatam. First condition, if you are not a Brahmana, if you given, you will get back money next life. If you are a Brahmana, if I give the money, next life I will get double. Third condition, the Brahmana is a qualified Brahmana and educated Brahmana. Okay, learned. Learned Brahmana, what happens? Hundreds and thousands times I will get back that money. And a person who studied the Vedas fully, okay, such person if you give, it comes unlimited time. So if you give to Krishna on Janmashtami, what happens? Unlimited time you will get back that. So it's good to you tell when you are collecting donation, you tell them. This is a quote given in Bhagavatam 2.3.17. Please read it. It is given by, it has been acknowledged by the Vishnu Chakrabarti Thakur also say that this is what the truth. Even though one gives in charity, one always loses money. We think that okay, if I give charity, I lost, my pocket money is gone. No. In short sight, means looking at immediately you feel that yes, my money is gone. But in far sight, long run, what happened? Giving charity is not a loss. Whatever you have gone from your purse, it comes written there. The more qualified person giving charity, more you get back. So first you should give to, don't give the beggars on the road and all. They misuse it, that karma will come to you. You give to the charity where good institution, good purpose, then you get back that. Similarly, the time is utilized in hearing the Krishna Katha. We have to utilize our time for Krishna Katha, chanting the holy name, serving the deity form, serving Krishna devotees, serving the Krishna, no, Sunday feast you sponsor. That time is never wasted. Whatever you do, spending, no, serving the devotees, no, it is not wasted. It is an investment. Just like money deposit in a fixed deposit, no. What happens? If you put a money in the fixed deposit, it comes with interest, no. Similarly, when you spend time for the devotee, it comes back with a more. The devotee blessed with a long life by Krishna, then become the associate of the Lord. He never returned back to material world. What's the advantage by serving the devotee? You will not come back to this world. You will. That's what you are asked. No. When I will not come back. When you serve the devotees, serve the deities, chant and hear the holy name, you will not come back. The time you spent here, you will go and associate with Krishna only. When we say the sun steals away the life of all those people by rising and setting, except those people who are engaged in Krishna's Katha and Krishna, who is not losing them? If you don't hear Krishna Katha, sunrise and sunset, your under is out. Your age is increasing. Today you are 40, 50, 60, like that, no? Your age is gone. It is not that they will not die. So devotee is that. What happens after the death? For a devotee, no, they also die. What happens after death is a question mark. After death, what happens? There is no more repeated birth and death. They will not come back here. There's no repeated. Whereas other people who don't hear the Krishna Katha, if they die, they have to take birth here. But devotee, if you hear daily Bhagavatam class, Krishna Katha, you will not take birth here. You will be with Krishna only. Just like it takes closer to the eternal life. So you'll be very close to Krishna. Certainly, his life is indestructible. That's a devotee of Krishna. Life is stolen away, even the external point of view. You may say that, sir, I also died, he also died, the devotee also died. You will tell. Okay. But what happened? But the death is actually the gateway for the eternal. If a non-devotee dies, he comes back. If a devotee dies, gateway means what? India-Pakistan gate, no? India-Bangladesh gate. Like that, no, India-China gate is there, no? Like that, there is a gateway to go to the Vaikunta. Right? So that is the thing, devotee. Eternal life. So you will go there, you will not come back. The devotee's old age, death, sickness appears by the, it's all, you may see that devotee also fallen sick, he also have become old age. He also has fallen sick, like our center head, no, we feel. He also is having cold, cough, everything is there. For ordinary people, it looks like I am also suffering, he is also suffering. No. It is the will of the Lord. Lord play a role that he has to suffer. Why he is doing that? For increasing the longingness of love, Lord. Longingness means desperately looking, yes. Like a child is longing, no, when my mother will come, she'll cry, no. Similarly, the devotee's sickness is longing for Krishna. Okay, when I'll come and meet you, Krishna, I am enough. It is not because of his karma. Whereas other people who are coughing and fever and going to a doctor is based on his karma is suffering. Whereas the devotee is suffering based on the longingness of Krishna. For letting the opinion of others not to destroy. Okay, not be destroyed. Jnanis thinks the karmas of this life can be destroyed by experiencing them. What Jnani is telling that you have to pass through this suffering so that you have to experience so that your karma will go away. Anyhow, it is written that you have to lose 10 rupees today, you lost it, forget it. That's all, your karma is gone. That is what Jnani is talking about. But for Bhaktas, the story is different. And protecting the confidential nature of his devotee. Krishna, what is doing? He is protecting them. Even though devotee may be taking birth again, even devotee also takes birth here. You should not say, sir, non-devotee taking birth, devotee also takes. What is like Prabhupada has taken birth here. Okay, but there is a difference. The birth is orchestrated by Krishna. Krishna sending him, okay, go and preach all these points about Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam and all. That's why Prabhupada came. The orchestrated by Krishna means he is playing a role, helping them to come closer to Krishna so that everybody will come back to Krishna. They are not caused by the time and karma. The Prabhupada came is not because of the time and karma and all. This has been explained in the chapter concerning to Bhishma appearance. So Bhishma also came because of Krishna's play. He has to come, he can decide when he has to leave the body also. So these great acharyas, great people in Bhagavatam, Mahabharata, Ramayana and all, this is orchestrated by Krishna. Krishna wanted this to happen, that's why it's happening. The conclusion of today's sloka is, therefore in this way, they inspire Suta Goswami. They are telling Suta Goswami, please speak about Krishna. It is the nature of life which is not spent for hearing and discussing Katha. And if I don't discuss about Krishna Katha, then what happens? I am wasted my life. Whereas the life is spent for Krishna Katha, which is one step closer to Krishna. When I hear Bhagavatam daily discussion about Krishna, I am going closer to the eternal life, permanently going to Vaikunta every day, one step. Like when you go to from Bangalore to Chennai, every 1 kilometer say that The remaining kilometers, suppose 400, 399, 398, 397, there is a stone showing that kilometer, no? Similarly, every day when you hear the Bhagavatam, you are going closer to eternal life, Krishna. So they are saying, he's telling Suta Goswami, Saunika Rishi is telling, please speak about Krishna, we want to hear about Krishna. So thank you for joining Nitya Bhaga Sevya. So it's very clear message. Today is very interesting. The charity we have discussed it, what type of charity give, what benefit we get. For short sight, you may think that you are losing money, but long run, you will not come back if you qualified person if you do the charity. And also, where you have to hear Krishna Katha so that your lifespan is, you are not going to die. That means the death is, you will not come back. That is the meaning. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.